government lost control, and the corporations had to take over. This company offers many benefits. The one thing we cannot abide is secrets.
If you ever wanted to know what Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's worst vision of the future could look like, Sci-Fi's November 30th debuting Incorporated, which the Oscar winners are executive producers on, gives you a pretty clear and bleak idea. It's a world ravaged by climate change and failed governments, ruled by crop-creating corporations, and holding on by a very sharp thread of last chances, food porn, the sex trade, a wall at the Mexican border, and Canada building a giant wall of its own on its border to keep out Americans illegally trying to get into the Great White North.
You ever been on the outside?
Set in 2074, with the coast gone and most of America now living around the Great Lakes in either slick, heavily securitized, and well-appointed corporate-run green zones, or in desolate and lawless red zones where life is cheap and hard, there is something very medieval and last days of the Roman Empire about the Sean Teale, Julia Ormond, and Dennis Haysbert starring series.
Say your name. Ben Larson. Again? Ben Larson.
With the Reign alum as rising corporate star Ben Larson, a man with a secret, the Emmy winner is the CEO of Spiga Biotech, the biggest of the multinationals, and Larson's mother-in-law, and 24's first president as the company's ruthless head of security, this is a show that needs to find itself. Yet, even with Haysbert's solid and always watchable performance, there's just bits of Gattaca, Blade Runner, The Damon starring Elysium, and a zillion other flicks and shows that makes this just really no more than dystopian drama 101 here in Incorporated. And like the cops say, there's not much to see here, so move on. Yes, you'd almost laugh or at least cringe if you didn't want to cry at the cliches of the now even greater poignancy of it all. Unfortunately, once you get past the setup of the 10-episode first season of the David and Alex Pastor created and Ted Humphrey showrun series, the cliches overwhelm at what is at its heart a striving show about class and power that gets flattened in its own format.
It's heartbreaking to watch someone bite the hand that feeds them.
It is noteworthy that the corporate world is not always drawn as evil in Incorporated, but often as honestly just self-interested. But the big secret of Larson's true background and the emotionally rich, but thinly proposed premise that fuels his risky ruse undermines the drama as the personal becomes just, well, too personal, and the political a numbing, beating drum with few nuances. Having been heavily hyped at Comic-Con in San Diego this summer with a sneak peek screening and downtown marketing, and the fact that the first episode is already online, the fact is here there is a distinct lack of imagination in Incorporated, as the future depicted by the show looks way too much like today aesthetically on way too many levels, and feels like great swaths of the world currently are, and the worst fears of many in the West are looking to be. Even that would be okay, in a historical context, I guess, if it wasn't for the fact that, at least from what I've seen, Incorporated doesn't have anything to say, and just a bleak vision of the future to display.